Hello everyone. Welcome to watching our show that is embracing your design for midlife transformation. And the tagline is come alive to impact more lives. So today we have our guest, Kristi Sullivan. She is a human design and self-care expert, and that she has a mission to help women to stop overworking and start overflowing. Such a great mission to be. With her marketing background, and she's also into yoga herself for more than 20 years. Now she is really transfer all the data, all the knowledge, all this information together in this wonderful program. She helped with other women. She's also some bestsellers for book in Amazon, is really teaching others for 25 ways to stop overworking and start overflowing. And it's an amazing book. So check it out if you really want to know the secrets, the 25 ways for you to do that. Kristi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you? I'm so glad to be here. So honored that you've invited me. Thank you.
Kristi and I met on networking events, and I'm into junkies at that time. And she's already doing a lot of great work with the human design. That's how I start to get more understanding and really realize that is our mechanics. Everything, if we know how the energy flow and how to direct the right way, we can definitely become flowing beings, right, Kristi?
Yes, it's been fascinating to learn human design. I feel like it goes very deep, and I do know a little bit about gene keys and know that they are a good complement to each other.
So, Kristi, would you want to share your own journey first, then maybe your client's journey, how you using human design to become overflowing?
Yes. So I will start back when I discovered human design about 7 years ago now. I was in a marketing career and enjoying what I was doing, but I also felt very drawn to wellness and personal growth and explored many things to including yoga. I really enjoyed teaching yoga and got into a network marketing business where I was taught to follow formula to try to make this business successful. And it just didn't seem to be working the way that I was hoping. And by the way, if you're familiar with human design out there, I am a generator type. So when I discovered human design, it started to make sense that perhaps the way I was following a formula that was being taught to everyone was not necessarily the right formula for me individually. I had my own unique formula.
Yeah.
And when I learned that with human design, that started to make sense. But in 2020, I had a unique opportunity to step away from my marketing career and really step more fully into being an entrepreneur. And I kind of had a blank slate. So I said, let me respond to things as a generator type. And things started to show up because I slowed down and didn't say yes to everything right away, only the things that really lit me up. And as I did that, I slowly unfolded the business I have now. I had an opportunity or several to be in books and create my own, to speak and share human design, to do readings. And so all these things like stepping stones or breadcrumbs just started to show up that I just said yes to when I knew the timing was right. And so that is how I used human design and how really it's helped me in my life.
Yeah, I'm the generator too. I'm totally understand the journey. Is like, gosh, if we know it earlier, so we can only say yes to things that like wait for the response. It's tough. I don't know about you. For me, the shift is only happen when we are into the corner. Like, I don't know what to do next, right? But then we start to understand that we maybe try to force too much in the wrong direction anyway. But the pause and turn around and understand ourselves, that for me is the turning point. It's like, gosh, I can just wait here and cheer out
Yeah.
and do something I love to do, because we are sending the right energy, the vibration up to the whole field. For that, I think because your understanding and your knowledge and the passion to help others, do you see some kind of dynamic shifts for people come to your energy program?
Yeah. So I know that people that I've worked with definitely have had amazing shifts. And I do a 3-month human design and energy alignment program to help women, especially busy entrepreneurs, to understand their unique formula, and also that there's a lot of mindset work that we need to focus on and energy work to clear old patterns, self-limiting beliefs, even things that have impacted us from past traumas and even ancestral lineage.
Yes.
And what I want to say is that you mentioned about like feelings maybe stuck. And I think some women, or a lot of women, may resonate with feeling stuck. And I recently came to this conclusion. I did a talk for the Human Design Conference that will be happening in September, in a few months, if you're just listening to this. And the theme is about waiting. And it also is about the idea that sometimes when we're stuck, we actually are in a waiting pattern. And it's very important. This waiting pattern is a great time to be doing self-care, to be healing things, to be regulating our nervous system, to slow down. And that way, things that do show up for us and the energy work that we're doing will align us to attract the right things, I truly believe. So waiting is very important. Being stuck is sometimes really just waiting in disguise. And there's a reason for it. And I think if you do something like the energy alignment program and work, inner work, self-care, this alignment piece can happen in a way that's with ease and transformational for anyone.
So great. We have people like you and other people go work together to let us know sometimes that stuckness or frustration and those kind of a negative emotion, not necessary to stay there forever. It's just a transitional energy shift. Like, just like, if the coherence curve, you always up and down the valley and mountains. And I think that once we allow that flow to go through it, and when we're in the down and know the up is coming soon, when we're in the up, and be careful, you might need to have a little right. But there's a natural way for us to align ourselves. It's just like we cannot control the universe. Right? The smarter way to do it is just flow with it and enjoy the ride. But I think for you, you have this 25 way. I don't want you to give all the tips, but what is the 3 major ways you think people really need it in today's busy world?
Yeah, and I can share 3 things. I actually have a 4-step process that I have written about in the book. I just want to clarify, there are 25 different authors, and each of us tell a story and give tips. So a lot of great tips in that book, for sure. And one of the things that I've recently created is the idea of flow. Mm-hmm. And that word flow stands for something. The F is about finding your design. And that is diving in to really understand the 3 important elements, which are your energy type, your strategy of that energy, and your inner authority. Those 3 pieces are the unique formula that you have. So for example, if you are a generator, your strategy is to wait to respond. And you and I are both generators, and we understand this waiting to respond. It's because we have the sacral energy, but we also have unique, perhaps, authorities. It may not be the same. For me, it's my sacral authority. And so it helps me in guiding me to say yes to what opportunities may show up, and what to know, and to say no to the things perhaps that are not right for me. So finding your design is the F. The L is loving yourself and your self-care. This means embracing all of who you are, understanding your conditioned state as well, but doing the self-care piece, slowing down, doing things that light you up, that are not just the hard work and the things we've been programmed to do. So loving yourself is the second. The O stands for overcoming conditioning and deconditioning yourself. This you could do with a program like the one I'm running or with a practitioner to understand some of those conditioned things and messages that we really need to reprogram. And then the W stands for working in your design and waiting, because this W of waiting we know is really important, but working in your design means using all this information on a daily basis and experimenting, seeing how things work when you are a generator. What does it mean to respond? How does it feel in your body, that inner authority? And so that flow really does help you flow.
What a neat way to think about flow, but it's 4 different wisdoms in there, right? You need to really just finding and understanding that's our body mechanics, basically, that human design is really how the energy flow, based on our design first, but then your interaction with everywhere, then their energy imprinting or the environmental influences is always have some impact on that energy flow. So if we in the flow, we need to know it first. Then we are the vehicle. We have to really take care of ourselves, right? Otherwise, all this technology, all the things are great, but if our body couldn't handle that frequency, I'm the holistic lifestyle mentor. I really think about the mind, body, soul need to work hand in hand. Otherwise, you losing the harmony, it's become tough to get back to the equilibrium states, right? Then we always have too much busyness, then not enough slowness. So from your coaching, I think self-care experts, and you are in yoga, would you kind of combine this to your program, or how are you going to help people to really relax themselves?
Yeah, yoga is definitely one way. And I think, again, this is customized and unique to each person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more interested in finding the way that your self-care is expressed. And it may be through yoga. It may be through taking walks in nature. It also may be, again, in doing maybe work like tapping and journaling, ways to integrate that mind, body, and spirit through some of that inner work. And so self-care, I think, can come in many forms. Slowing down. When I work with clients, we always do start with usually taking some deep breaths, doing a little meditation. Yoga, again, is a great way to do that. And you said, like the nervous system just really also needs some care. So take some time with activities that can also help regulate your nervous system.
I love this one. Like you talk about honor their design, right? So you can design particular activity fitting with their flow, because you don't want against the flow. Sometimes a lot of women, they are very the givers. They just give and give and give support and share their energy with anybody else, but then they need their own time. And I think that is so important for us to know what the me time, what things do I do. It's amazing we have the system to understand ourselves in a different level. And I also appreciate all this wisdoms into the system, because this is, incorporate 4 different ancient systems into the one big system, and the junkies is one of those. And I think for people to start to learn the human design, what is the best suggestion you give to people who really want to learn more about human design system?
Well, first, I always say there's, of course, a lot of information out there on the internet. And I've been discovering more and more people who are like yoga teachers. They teach human design, and there's various ones, and everyone has a unique style. What I would say is, if you've discovered your human design online, I really recommend that you contact a practitioner to look, what I say, under the hood of that car that you are, that what you're driving, to understand the mechanics, how you're wired. And when you are able to work with somebody who can help you answer questions, help you understand the nuances, and it's a journey. It's not done in just one session usually. Human design is a journey. So uncovering and peeling back each layer of the onion of who you are, getting to know yourself on a deeper level. If you really truly want to be using it as a tool, then I highly recommend engaging with somebody in a program that's over time and not just one session as well, because learning to use your design, understand it, and use it on a daily basis takes time. And of course, there's the mindset work, the conditioning that also are a factor. So it's a journey. It's definitely a journey.
Thank you. Thank you, Kristi. I believe a lot of people in the audience would like to maybe connect with you and find you and maybe follow you and attend to your workshop and conferences. How people can find you?
Thank you. I am on Facebook. I have a community called Kristi's Human Design and Self-Care Community. And I also have my website is kristihsullivan.com. I'm also at that same handle on Instagram. You can find me on LinkedIn. And I really appreciate just meeting people. If they reach out, if they mention this podcast, certainly that would be awesome. And I also would love it if I could share a affiliate link for the Human Design Conference, if anyone's interested in purchasing a ticket there as well.
I understand how to read the information within our body mechanics, because we use it every day, every moment, to be honest, right? Other than the biology, we might learn it from the textbook, but the energy flow is very different. The knowledge, you need to using your attention, right? Using your body to sense that movement and play with it to see whether that really makes sense, because really that is the chart. But if we don't pay attention, we don't really want them to flow with us, we might just think about that as just the fun information. But it's not only just the information. It is really, just like you said, like under the hood, there's a vehicle, we have to drive it to places and do things, right? If we don't even know what kind of engine and what kind of fuel we need and what the things, the broken parts, maybe we need to not really broken, it's just the wrong alignment. So we just realign again, right? This is all this little thing, but can make a big difference. Right?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So I really appreciate, Kristi, you coming to join us and share your wisdom. And definitely all the link will be provided in the description. And don't hesitate to contact Kristi and start your own human design journey. But if you'd like to have more of the other like junkies, and I can definitely help with that too. So thank you so much, Kristi. Enjoy the rest of the day. And I'm so lucky to meet you.
Same, thank you.
For somebody even watching this thing that gave you some value, remember to subscribe the channel. I'll continue to interview people, and they are coming in different life form, different energy form, but we are all human beings. We are all work together to make this place a better place.